Welcome to Messy Mom Talk Podcast, where we talk everything messy. I am Allison.
And I'm Kayla, and we are your hosts. Join us on this crazy journey that we call our lives.
Welcome back. It is our second episode.
By now, we're a little over a week away from Christmas.
Yeah, it's already been a crazy holiday season. I think we've been doing a lot.
So much baking.
For real. It's been a lot. I mean, and even without baking, just all the stuff that comes with the holidays, you know.
The stress.
Especially with the school, with kids in school.
Mm-hmm.
They want to do a lot during this time of year, and it doesn't add to the stress of everything else.
No. That it don't. They have deadlines to meet, and then you got all the holiday shopping and making sure you get everything. And if you're anything like me, you will forget half of your list.
I always do. Always do. But
same.
It's been a lot has gone on since the last podcast episode. We launched our business.
Yep.
And we're still in the beginning stages of it, so it's not.
We've got a lot of attention, though. We've got a lot of attention.
Yeah. So if y'all out there are looking for goodies for any event, please let us know. We are open. No, even these cold December months don't help either. I think I've been sick for like the past month. Over a month I've been sick. And even before that I was sick once every month. But this month has been
the worst.
Yeah.
I feel like here lately a lot of sickness has come to both of our houses. It's like 1 minute, we're getting over hand, foot, and mouth, and then another sickness comes, and then another sickness comes, and then we have to take Madeline to the doctor because she gets it, and then I get it, and I feel like crap for like 2 or 3 days, and still getting over like a cough, and it's like, don't cough while you're filming.
Right. Yeah. No, you hear me over here coughing up a lung.
We don't need any of that going on.
Yeah. It's been really crazy over here, too. Like, I was sick, and then Dawson was sick. Or it was the other way around. It might have been Dawson first and then me.
Yeah, it was Dawson because remember you had to go get him from school or something?
I was taking him to school. And, well, so in the morning, I got up to get them ready for school. And I hear him in there crying, and he's never awake before I get him up for school. So I go in there, and he had thrown up. And I asked him, why'd you throw up? He said it was because he was coughing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, he has had a cough, so maybe that caused him to throw up. And I asked him, I go, are you okay to go to school? He said, yeah, I want to go. So I got him ready, and we get in his school parking lot. I get him out of the car, and he throws up in the parking lot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
and from there, it's like, I'm going to get a phone call when I get home, so might as well just take you home.
Well, and then I walked into his school. I told the lady who was standing there, I was like, well, I tried to bring Dawson in, but he just threw up in the parking lot, so he didn't end up going. And then I've just stayed sick. I went to the urgent care for my ear, and I couldn't pop it, I couldn't hear out of it. And then a couple of days later, I felt a little bit better. And then it came all back again, plus whatever this is, hand, foot, and mouth, or something. I must have got it from a shopping cart.
Yeah.
From a buggy. Because
there's people all over TikTok and stuff talking about how, they just put their hands on a buggy and touch their face, and then boom, hand, foot, and mouth. It's awful.
But I don't know how the other kids didn't get it. I'm just really glad that JJ never got it.
That's like, too. Remember all the boys got it, but me and Madeline, we didn't get it. Yeah. Thank God we didn't get it. That stuff looks awful.
It doesn't feel it. It hurts. Yeah. Like you can get hand, foot, and mouth that's itchy. Mine luckily was not itchy. This one on the bottom, now that it's healed up,
is itchy.
It gets itchy. Yeah. But and in the midst of me having this, JJ got the 24 or 48 hour bug. And that was horrible. I thought we were going to go to the hospital, for real. I didn't, because the symptoms those of you out there who don't know, my youngest son, he is 8 months old. He was diagnosed, he was a month old.
Yeah, he was a month, yeah.
With Hirschsprung's disease, where it affects his colon. So anytime he gets sick, whether it be a simple cold or anything worse, his colon seizes up and he can't use the bathroom correctly. So he will develop the infection called enterocolitis, and that has put us in the hospital
quite a few times.
5 times. Yeah. Well, we've been there specifically for the enterocolitis for, I think, 3 times. Mm-hmm. The other 2 times, which JJ's his own story.
Yeah.
Which I can get into later. But he, the first time we went to the hospital was when we found out, because he was so sick. But no, we've been strictly for the enterocolitis 3 times. And so when he got sick earlier this week, the symptoms that he had were similar to the ones of that infection. So I swore that we're going to take him to the hospital. Like, he's going to have to go. But I gave it a day, and he kept getting better. So luckily he is, he's out of the woods on that one.
That's good,
right now. Yeah.
And it's always, sad, because you have to constantly watch out for infections with the disease he has and everything, just to make sure that he isn't getting sick. And you got to stay on top of everything. You can't just say, oh, it's just a cold like me or any other parent.
Right. That is what sucks, because, luckily though, right now, we're doing preventatives, and at the same time, he's at the age where he's small enough for me to notice those symptoms.
Yes.
Now, when he gets older, that's not going to be as easy to do, but he might be able to tell himself and voice that to me.
Yeah.
So I guess it's something that a hurdle we'll have to go through down the road. So
it's okay. He's a fighter. We knew he was a fighter since everything started.
Well, yeah. I mean, from the very, very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Just crazy.
And there's a purpose for it, though. I mean, it may lead to some kind of story that he can tell later on in life.
Mm-hmm.
That Jesus has him here for a reason, just
Absolutely.
like all of our other children. They're all here for reasons, and we all have our own purposes. And that's just part of his story that he gets to one day tell and figure out the purpose of what Jesus had of his journey.
Yeah. He's a very special little boy.
That he is.
Same with Madeline. She's pretty special too.
Oh yeah, she is. She's our little double rainbow, because it was Maverick and then Madeline. Scary there for Madeline, especially with her pregnancy and everything. That's another story of itself. But we did not have an easy journey with her, nor Maverick. Which his pregnancy was easier than hers.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything of being on, like, technically I'm supposed to have been on bed rest her pregnancy, but when you got 3 other kids,
I was going to say, there's no bed rest when you have kids.
And then, you go to the OB and they're like, you need to rest, you need to take it easy. How? Because I don't have a village.
Yeah, no, me either.
Like, if you have a village, that's nice, but I don't have a village.
Yeah, those of you out there who say that it takes a village to raise a baby, it really does. Mm-hmm. But when you don't have a village, it's even harder. Like, it's, and we're used to it. Like, we don't know any different.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's hard to accept help.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's like you feel guilty for accepting that help, because you're so used to what we go through. So it's like, should I accept this help? And then if you do accept that help and you get to go, like, recently me and Joey went on a date night and I felt guilty the whole time.
Yeah.
It was like, man, I'm not taking care of my kids.
Right.
I'm not doing this for my kids. And it's like, that's guilt. That's your mom guilt coming in because you're so used to not having that help or having someone to fall back on and rely on. And honestly, I just don't trust anybody with my kids. So
no, never.
It's kind of best that it is the way that it is, but it would be nice every now and then if we had that village. Because we
kind of did. Yeah. I mean, between me and you, when you lived here, it was, like, oh, I'll be at your house in 5 minutes,
but 2024, I will be back. Dawsonville, I will be back.
Oh, it'd be so nice because, I mean, not even just for not for helping me take care of my kids part, it's more so like moral support.
Yes.
There's, as you know, I've been a lot of personal things in my life that's been going on, and it's hard to do it alone, even when you're not
technically
alone. Yeah. So it's like, it's easier to have somebody to lean on.
Yeah.
Close by.
And when, if you don't have, where I am now, I mean, I have my family, but I don't have my best friend there. And there's a fine line between family and best friends.
Oh, yeah.
Because okay, my side of the family will always be there.
Yeah.
I know for sure that I always will have my sister, my brother's wife, Brittany, all of that side.
Yeah.
But there's something different when you have a best friend bond that's like family.
Yeah.
And then when
you chose.
Yeah. And it's like when I go home, I get so sad because I'm like, I'm leaving my best friend. I'm not going to be able to say, hey, I'm pulling up.
Right.
Or let's go get coffee.
Or let's go on our morning walks.
Yes.
I miss that so much. And, not even necessarily for our bond, but our kids' bond.
Yes.
Because they light up when they see each other. And they get so excited. And it's so amazing to see that bond, too.
It is. And me and Joey were just talking about Elijah and Layla on the way up here. He was like, I think they're going to be the ones that's going to date or something.
Yeah.
I
I've always thought that, too. I could. I mean, but Elijah himself, he's just so loving.
He is. He is a loving person, and he loves everybody. And what's cute is you can see Jesus in him.
Yes.
And because, Jesus loved everybody. He didn't look at nobody different.
Yep.
And then you look at Elijah, and, I got chills talking about him. But Elijah is just like him. He loves everybody. He don't judge you. He don't say, if someone looks funny, he doesn't say what a normal kid says.
Right.
Why they look like
right.
that. He shows them love and compassion, and it's like, you're so much like Jesus that it shows me that I'm doing a good job of making sure that you know who our Savior is.
Right.
But it is hard. It's not easy. Because the past few Sundays we're going to go to church. We're going to get up and go to church, and we haven't. It's something has always got right there in the way to go.
Well, even and I don't want to say that, I don't want to make excuses and say, oh, having kids, you can't do what you want to do. I mean, you can do what you want to do even with kids, but there are days where it's hard. I mean, so you can't, it's the thought that counts, but you do watch, watch church at home.
We do. We watch Life Church. They have a Life.Kids program, and they have all the story times. The kids love it, but there's nothing better than physically going into a church location. But even when your kids are being a handful, most people will send their kids to the nursery area or wherever because they just don't want to deal with them.
Yeah.
I grew up when me and my family would go to church, we would sit with our families and listen.
That's what we did. And I think what's really important too in churches, and it's that when growing up, I had gone to 2 different churches. The first one I vaguely remember, there's just people that I remember from there. And then we moved to a different church because that one moved somewhere else. They got a different location. It was just too far. So we came to one closer here in Dawsonville. And, you know, I didn't know anything different than that church. I mean, and the bond that the youth group had, like, made it to where I was always looking forward to going to church. I was always looking forward to learning with my friends.
Yep.
And so I feel like that's another thing that I'm looking forward to when y'all move back here, to find a church family, go somewhere in person, and have our kids learn about Jesus together in the youth group.
Yep.
I think that'd be amazing. But like going back to what you said about people sending their kids off to the nursery because they don't want to deal with them. Yeah, we sat in the pew the whole time and we had to be quiet and listen.
Yep.
And
you would get that look from your mom or dad. Like,
yep. Be quiet. You better stop.
Yeah, you stop what you're doing.
Yep. But I mean, it's a great thing to get your kids involved into, and
by no means we're not pushing any religion because we're not those people that say, well, if you're not this, you can't hang around with us.
No,
people know. I don't judge anybody for their religion of where they come from or what you want to do with your life. Just don't push your beliefs off on me, and I won't push my beliefs off on you.
Don't tell me I'm wrong, and I won't tell you you're wrong.
Exactly. That's a whole nother can of worms, and I got a whole Bible that'll sit there and prove, but
the biggest part of what's been happening lately too is that Dawson, he hasn't been officially diagnosed with it, but his therapist and I are like 90% sure that he's autistic.
Yeah.
And now that he's getting older, he's 3, he has a lot of emotions as any 3-year-old would have.
Yep.
But as being autistic, you don't know how to regulate your feelings. And so his feelings come out as outbursts, and really, really big outbursts. And you have people out there who have never dealt with an autistic kid,
and they don't understand
and they do not understand. And all I hear from them is, handle your child, make him listen.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's not as easy as you think it is.
Even I don't know how his brain works.
Yeah.
I still have yet. That's why he has a therapist. We have yet to still find the trick to calm him down.
Yeah.
We have not found it yet. And the times that we have found it, he's instantly like, he's changed. So you have to find it again.
Yeah.
So it's like you're having to repeat the process
over and over, and that's got to be mentally draining on itself. Being a mom in general is mentally draining.
Well, and like it has to be draining for him too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Because he's getting to that stage where you're trying to figure out your emotions, and imagine you as an adult, you cannot figure out how to express that.
And like, at school, he's having a hard time at school right now because of it. And I don't want to say that his teachers don't know how to handle an autistic kid. I think that they have their own rules at school that they have to follow. But at the same time, I'm getting phone calls every other day saying, he did this, he did that. How do we help him? And I'm giving them the ways I know how to help. And it's not working.
Yeah.
And, but luckily, like I told you earlier, we finally got his therapist to be able to come in to his class every week. So hopefully that'll give him and his teachers some kind of insight on how to help
handle
him.
Yeah. I think, honestly, all school systems should make their teachers have some type of autistic or some type of training instead of, calling the parents, even though the parents may have a full-time job or have other things that they have to do. While your child's in school, getting phone calls, hey, your child's doing this, your child's doing that. Okay, I put them in your school because you made me feel confident that you could handle my child on the very first day, and now you can't handle my child.
Well, and I think where it became a big problem is that before school started, I want to say maybe a week or less before school started, the teachers came here to do a home visit to give me like kind of a rundown on what they do at their school and all that stuff. And I told them from the very beginning, even at open house, when they came here, I said, he is most likely autistic, so you have to treat him or have more patience with him.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we will work with you along the way. You know, anything I can do to help you, let me help you, or his therapist. And they were all like, okay, great. Well, it seemed like every single time I was getting a phone call about him, or I went to go pick him up from school, and it was something bad to say, I told him, you know, that's what he does. You know, you
don't
have
know
to
what
work
else
with
you
it.
could do because you've already explained it, and now you're like backtracking and having to explain it every time. That's even more draining because it's like, listen to what I'm saying, listen to what I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't think that they wanted to. I don't know. I mean, that is a whole other topic I can go into myself too. Like, it's
school systems in general are weird. Like, you know, when Elijah was still in public school, and that whole you didn't drop your kid off. When I watched my child walk through your doors, where's my child? You sent panic to me when I know I dropped my kid off.
Right.
When you should have figured out where my kid was before. And that was another, you know, factor of why I chose to homeschool, which we could do another podcast on that too, is I honestly did not feel safe or felt like my Polk school district was leading to the standards of my child's learning.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like he was succeeding so well in Dawson County. Like, he got nothing but positive reports up here in
Dawson County is amazing.
Like, he got nothing but positive reviews up here. And then we go to Polk County, and then it's like, oh, well, he's struggling with his sight words. He's struggling to do this. I pull him out, and it's like succeeding in everything he does. And he learns so fast. And it's like, well, if I could get him to do this, what were you doing the 8 hours that he was in your classroom?
Exactly. Well, and like that's where it's so different between Layla and Dawson. Layla, I mean, she's just in pre-K, but I mean, she loves school. Her school is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, I know what school Elijah went to this school before we moved from up here, and it was amazing. It was the most amazing school that we ever dealt with.
Y'all were in district for that school, right? Or was it just
we were in district? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because we're in district for it too, for her to go there all elementary.
Because when we first applied for him to go to school, they wanted him to go over off 400, way off over there.
For pre-K?
Yeah, all the way over there. I don't know what the school's called, but
it's
you go.
I know which one you're talking about.
You're on 400, passing the Walmart, going towards Dahlonega.
It's off Kilo Church Road.
Yes. They wanted him to go all the way over there. And then they reached back out and was like, well, you know, your child is underage. He's not going to be the right. And then I'm like, okay, you know, you could have told me that when I signed him up for school, but okay. So that's when we went to the Head Start program up here, and they did amazing with him. Like,
that's my thing though, is the Head Start
here or the Head Start right now that Elijah had compared to you is different.
Yes. Yeah. And it's sad because I wanted Dawson's first school experience to be amazing. And like that's the other part I forgot when I was talking about it, is that when they came here to do the home visit, it was his like teachers, you know, but then halfway, I want to say maybe like 2 weeks into school, they switched one of the teachers out on him.
I mean, with a kid being autistic, you think that would be a trigger to him because he's so used to change. He's so used to going in seeing the same people.
Yep.
And then a change can make a trigger.
It was bad. I mean, and that's why he acts out a lot, because this new teacher just suddenly comes in here and it's like, well, I'm so used to those two. Like, why'd you switch one of them out? And like, she still teaches there, but she's in another class down the hallway.
Yeah.
I don't really know why they switched them, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm just hoping we can get through this hurdle now that his therapist is in there. So
we'll get there. We'll figure it out now that the therapist is in there. Maybe
maybe she'll see things that I don't see and
report back.
Yeah.
Because there could be like somebody easy as like taking a different crayon or taking the crayon he wanted that like is a trigger to him. And then the teachers are just like, hey, you know, cut it out like they're used to. But they don't have that training that I believe every teacher should have.
Yeah.
Like, get familiar with different types of children before becoming a teacher. Or while you're in the process of becoming a teacher, get to know those different types of children that may be in your room.
Yep. schools are different these days than they were when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, they took a lot of stuff out of schools, like the telling time.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah wasn't learning that in Polk County.
Really?
Yeah. He didn't bring home math sheets until almost the end of his pre-K or kindergarten year.
I was gonna say Layla hasn't brought in any math.
It was just coloring sheets that he was bringing home, and I'm like, okay, he's got to be learning something.
Mm-hmm.
But he was struggling, with his sight words, and they put so much pressure on those sight words down there. It's like if you got to know 100 words plus extra words, and if you don't know those 100 words, you don't go to the next grade.
That's a lot.
So Elijah has officially mastered all of that.
That's great.
He's already done with first grade handwriting. He's halfway through this whole year as it is with math and English. I'm pretty sure he'll be finished before this school season's done, but he moves pretty quickly. It's River that's kind of given those issues these days. River's just River. River is my
sweet River.
River is my Donnie from the Wild Thornberries. He's my little Donnie. He's my little allergy baby, and not everybody knows, but River has he cannot have any dairy or peanuts. He has an EpiPen for the peanuts, and he's got 2 types of dermatitis, contact and ectopic. So he's the little bubble one. You got to keep a bubble around him, because if he gets into something he's not supposed to have, like recently he got into cheese, and he had a new reaction that freaked me out, because I'm like, okay,
yeah, what
is this on your face?
And now, when did Jill find that out?
When he had the allergies?
Yeah, all of it.
River was 4 months old when he got diagnosed with reactive airway disease,
mm-hmm.
which is technically baby asthma.
Mm-hmm.
And he had that up until about 6-7 months. So we were at a lot of hospital visits, steroid, all of that. Which come to find out, the asthma was like, kind of has a part in the dermatitis in his skin kind of way. But we found out he was allergic to dairy anytime he would eat. Like,
okay.
The pediatrician sent us at 5.5 months, almost 6 months, to a specialist, because anytime he would eat, he would have like booger type poop and just stringy vomit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was almost immediately after he would eat.
Wow.
And then he would be hivey, and that was just with dairy. So then she was like, completely cut dairy out. So I completely cut dairy out, and everything changed. 6 months, I gave him peanut butter crackers, and he immediately started vomiting and hivey and wheezing. So that was scary to watch him go through. Like, literally, his breathing was getting bad. So took hospital visit, get a steroid, breathing treatment, all of that, just to find out your son has a milk and peanut allergy.
Man.
So when you go...
double whammy.
Yes. He can't have any of the good stuff. I mean, not that the dairy-free stuff's not good, but the cheese is just good
stuff.
And
you have to also, like we were talking about earlier, you have to put him in a bubble, basically, with those allergies.
Yeah. And holidays is bad anyways, because it's like you have family that knows allergies and family that, just don't incorporate him into that,
right?
The meals. It's like, okay, he has an allergy, but when we show up, you don't have nothing available for him to eat.
I can't stand that.
So it's like I have to bake and cook all of my stuff, cook extra for him, and then try to rush different places. That's why this year I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, I did one place. Christmas, I'm doing the same. And who knows, with Joey's schedule of them possibly pulling him out of the fire academy early. What you call it, academy? Recruit school? Whatever he calls it, for the fire department and stuff. To go back on shift now that he's certified and stuff. He is looking at being on shift Christmas Eve.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big adjustment, because I'm not going to be used to him being gone on Christmas. So that's going to be a big adjustment for especially the kids, knowing that Daddy's not home on Christmas.
Yeah.
But the bigger adjustment is of them switching their schedules now. Instead of being 24 on, 48 off, it's going to be 48 hours on, 96 off. So it's going to be 2 days on, 4 days off.
Wow, that's a lot.
But that his schedule doesn't change until somewhere around in February.
Mm-hmm.
So we're adjusting to all of those things. Now we have 2 kids that have a nut allergy.
It's Maverick.
Yeah, he can't have almonds or almond milk or peanuts.
Wow.
He does the same thing River does. He throws up and all of that. So we completely had to cut it out.
And it's not funny, but it's ironic that the 2 that look identical to each other have allergies and the other 2 don't.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it is like, just because you have a kid who doesn't have allergies doesn't mean you're going to have one that does.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it just happens. And like that's like with JJ. None of my other kids have had the bowel problems, and then you go and get told that he has this disease, and it's like, oh, and it's not hereditary.
Yeah.
Well, no, there is a certain kind of this disease that is hereditary, but like His isn't.
Right.
I don't believe so. Actually, it'd be a good thing to test. I wonder if can they test for that?
I don't know. That'd be something good that you could ask his doctors or something.
Huh. We have an appointment next week, so maybe
I would ask.
Maybe we'll see, because that is interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't even. Yeah. But, like, I mean, he's put us through a lot since he's been born. And he's gonna be 1 in March. I can't believe it.
And then Madeline will be 1 in May. That's crazy. Maverick's birthday's coming up, and I haven't started planning anything. We are talking about, like, we're no longer doing birthday parties. We've already said that. I'm done wasting money on a party where no one shows up for my kids.
Yeah.
So we decided to go on a trip. We're going to take them to Tennessee for Maverick's birthday. So that's going to be fun. Elijah,
can I tag along?
Sure. You're more welcome to.
That'd be so fun. You going to Gatlinburg?
Yes.
I haven't been since I was a kid.
Let's go. Let's do it.
I want to go so
bad. Elijah wants to go to New York on his birthday.
Girl, I told Luke the other day that before I die, I want to go to New York at least once.
Look at there. You and Elijah.
There we go.
Channeling each other.
Let's just make it a whole big old trip.
Oh Lord.
Could you imagine that? I mean, the last trip we took was to Florida before we even had Maverick and the 2 babies.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't. We definitely could not do one room this.
No, we couldn't. We would have to have 2.
We'd have a penthouse if we did have 1 room.
Well, Elijah watched that movie, Life of Dogs or whatever, and that Welcome to New York Taylor Swift song he's obsessed with. So now, but he does have family that live in New York.
Okay.
Joey's biological side is from New York, where they, you guys and coffee, all of that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
I love the way they say coffee and you guys. I just love it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I lived up north for a while.
They're like, Joey's side is like that typical, or his biological side, not his adoptive side. Joey's biological side is like that traditional Italian loud family. Oh gosh, I love it because my family's loud.
Yeah.
And everybody, like, sometimes when I'm talking, it's like, oh wow, I'm really loud. But that's just how we are. We are loud. We are naturally loud people.
Oh, I'm a loud person. My dad, the funny thing is, my dad used to always call me loudmouth growing up because I'm always loud.
But he wants to go to the zoo in New York. He's like, does New York have a zoo? I was in there baking that order, or yesterday's order, and he said, does New York have a zoo? I'm like, I'm pretty sure they do.
I think they have.
And he's like, well, I want to go to their zoo on my birthday. And he's been talking nonstop about New York and his birthday. And I'm like, well, we're going to have to contact your Pop and Gigi for all the details on where to go, where not to go, where the bad areas are.
Yeah.
Mama's not so familiar with New York. I mean, I can go to Florida and be fine because your Pop and Gigi's right there. They can, say, hey, this area, whatever. we haven't met any. I don't think we have met, and I may be wrong. I don't think we've met anyone that lives in New York on his biological side yet. I have maybe 4 or 5 family members that go hard for me and this business, and they have been going hard for me and you in this business ever since we launched it. And we have others that's just like,
because I've only had, my dad has shared one of our posts once, and other than that, nothing. Not even my friends. I think maybe only I've had 2 friends who have shared our stuff. Other than that, nothing.
Yeah.
I literally, like, I don't have, I don't have anybody else who supports me.
You got me.
Yeah.
I'm your number 1 supporter.
Girl, you always will be.
I'll be standing in the rain with a sign, "Go Bestie, it's your birthday."
Oh.
Instead of the radio at your window, I got a sign. Just tell Luke, it's just her. It's just Kayla. Don't go outside being crazy. It's just Kayla outside.
So what are y'all doing for Christmas then?
If he is on shift on Christmas Eve, my side's gonna get together at the fire department and have dinner then.
Okay.
But if he isn't, and he has the Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off, we'll do our Christmas Eve at the fire department, and then Christmas Day we usually just do something for ourselves as a small family. Like, I'll cook a small little dinner and a dessert, and the kids play with their toys and all of that. And sometimes we go other places, but sometimes we don't. It just depends on what mood I'm in that day.
Yeah.
Because, I don't like to agree to things, last minute.
Yeah.
I don't. Joey gets so mad at me because I am a planner.
Oh yeah, me too.
I will plan out to a T. Okay, this is going to happen. We're doing this, and this, and this. And if something goes wrong in the middle, Kayla panics.
Oh, I do too.
And he's like, "Why can't you just do stuff spur of the moment? Like when someone says, 'Hey, let's go do this,' why can't you do that?" Because it wasn't in my plan.
Oh, Luke gets mad at me all the time for that. I go, it has to be planned, and then if you don't know about my plan, but I know about my plan, and it doesn't go my way, and you didn't know it, right? I still freak out.
Yeah,
I can't.
You just can't deal with it. It's like, dadgummit.
But we are, we go to his grandma's house every Christmas Eve. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do our Christmas with her then. And then Christmas Day, his family comes over, and we do Santa in the morning, and then we do family presents after when everybody gets here. This will be out right before Christmas. Mm-hmm. So if y'all want to leave us comments about what y'all are doing for Christmas, we'd love to hear it.
Also, if you have any questions that you want us to answer on next podcast, or anything you'd like to see being baked on our baking page, let us know. We are adding a few other things to the menu. Right now we have a Christmas menu out. We've got 3 more things that we've added to it.
With probably more to come.
We're having a giveaway the 15th on our business page. You can go to Buns and Bows on Facebook and check the giveaway. I believe we have it pinned.
We do.
We have the post pinned for the rules.
We do have a sponsor for this podcast. If Kayla wants to talk about it.
This podcast is sponsored by Tectonic Solutions. Have you and your family been looking for ways to protect your income and your family? Tectonic Solutions offers various products for you to protect your money, from life insurance to investments for retirement. They partner with some of the most popular names in the industry. You can find them at www.tectonicsolutions.us for more information, or you can call 470-514-9341 and set up a free talk with the agent.
But this was a fun episode.
It really was.
I feel like they got to know a little bit more about us.
They did.
There's a whole lot more about us, though.
Oh yeah, there's so much more that we need and want to cover.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, there's some things that we want to cover that we're both like,
yeah,
I don't know if we should cover that. Like, oh gosh. But this episode has been really fun. It's rainy and cold today, so we will spend the rest of the day baking.
I have an order going out that I'm going to send back with Kayla.
The jalapeno bites.
Yes. Oh, they're so good. I'm telling y'all, if y'all are in the area, Polk County or Dawson County, you really need to look up our menus, because this stuff, some of it, yes, might look like it's ordinary that you can get somewhere else, but I promise you, it tastes way better than ordinary.
Oh, yes. Yes. And it's all made from scratch.
Yes.
There's no store. I mean, the chocolate chips maybe store bought, because.
But I'm looking at doing some homemade. I want to try
nice.
it out. Yes.
Homemade chocolate. I want to do so much stuff homemade.
Oh, I know.
That Joey's like, you've got to slow down. Because the other day I was just spitting off ideas. I was like, what about this? What about this? What about this? And he was like, babe, slow down.
Well, like you told me yesterday, when y'all move back here, we need to get like a kitchen, like a commercial kitchen that we can go in and do all this with, because I have a lot of ideas, but I don't have the room to execute them. Yes. The way I want to.
Yes. So, in the year of 2024, it has officially been announced that Buns and Bows will have a business in Dawsonville.
Yes. And we are just excited.
We are. Like, it's something that some people do that's like, oh, I just do it for fun.
Yeah.
But we're over here like, this is what we're doing for the rest of our lives. This is something that we are so passionate about that people just want us to be like, shut up.
Yeah.
Why are you talking so much about it? But I'm like, it's just something that we're so passionate about. Like, it'll be 2:00 in the morning and we're laying there texting each other. Like, what do you think about this? Or, what do you think about this idea or this name for this or something along those lines, because we're just so excited about what we do, and we're excited to serve you as, the Polk and Dawson surrounding areas all through there. And even when I come back to Dawson next year, we're still going to serve the Polk County area and surrounding areas out. I mean, Allison can serve Dawson, Dahlonega, Cumming. Still, I mean, it's available. Anything on our menu is available for everybody in Polk, Dawson,
Lumpkin, Forsyth County. Well, yeah, I mean,
Dallas, Cartersville, all of those places, from anywhere from Polk to Dawson and in between.
Yes. Absolutely.
We pretty much serve, and our menus, y'all, are bomb.
So good.
And, summer and spring's coming, and
we have some ideas.
We have ideas.
We're already working on it.
We are. We're actually going to work on some stuff today and possibly post some stuff that we're doing.
Yes.
Today on the Buns and Bows. Even though you guys are not going to hear this until the 15th.
Head over to the Facebook page, because even if y'all are hearing this and y'all don't even live in this area, still go to our page and please follow us and like our page. It'll help us get and reach the people close to us and all around. We love support from anybody, and who knows, maybe we'll eventually figure out how to ship it places.
Yeah, I know. My mother-in-law sent me money the other day. She was like, if I could overnight this, I would.
Yeah.
But I can't. So
maybe we'll figure out a way one day.
Yeah. How much that would cost?
Oh, I know.
Probably cost a lot of money. Which I did upcharge on some stuff, like especially if they ask for gluten, dairy, or peanut free, only for the fact that everything is expensive these days. So when you do something gluten free, like a small freaking bag of gluten free flour was almost $7. And I had to have 2 bags. Like, how do you expect us to survive when everything's going up? Your house, and it's like, we're just now starting a business.
Yeah.
And some days, like when I look at the price of stuff, I'm like, holy shit. Excuse my language, folks, but holy shit. Like,
it's crazy. It's really crazy.
I've got like pans ordered on like for bulk orders on Amazon because I've got so many people wanting cinnamon rolls. And just so you know, this strawberry shortcake cinnamon rolls is coming out because I've been tagged in it so many times.
They look so good.
They're like, you need to make these. And then one of Joey's coworkers sent me a chocolate fudge one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so tempted to make it.
It sounds so good.
Because it looks so good. But I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I will... delivering the cinnamon rolls, I get so shaky.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, oh no, what if they don't like them?
Yeah.
What if this happens? What if? But Joey's like, they're good.
Yeah.
Calm down. Like, he was pep talking me the whole time I was cooking for his class.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, they're going to be good. Stop worrying. You are who you are. Stop worrying. So I freak out. And then,
but they're always so good.
I have so many orders on Christmas. Like, the 23rd, I have three orders that's going out, I believe. And one of those orders is a variety pack of the cinnamon rolls. So I have to prep myself mentally of, okay, don't panic type thing, because I have a way of panicking. Yeah. But that's just my anxiety. Even, here lately, my anxiety has gone like up and down a little bit. And it's more of being in that stage of first year postpartum, of where everything's just trying to balance out. Like, your periods are trying to get back regular. Your hormones. And girls are so different because with Elijah and him, I never had postpartum hair breakage as bad as I am this time.
So bad.
Like, my hairstylist was doing my hair, and she found like little twigs like that, and she's like, your hair broke off. And I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. It's just postpartum hair. It's fine.
I had my hair up the other day, and I have these little strands that pop out right here. I'm like, where did this come from?
Yes.
It's all over the place.
And you didn't have it that bad. Like, with the boys, it was like I was glowy. My hair was just flawless. Like, I felt so beautiful. Yeah. Madeline, I just felt, like, that Adam Sandler thing on TikTok.
Yeah.
That was me my whole pregnancy and half of me now. Because Joey's like, I seen something about your husband says, go pick out an outfit for date night, and she goes to her closet. I only have oversized t-shirts and leggings. Yeah. That's my life.
I don't have anything either because, well, and being a stay-at-home mom, it doesn't really help that either because you never get to go out and actually, I mean, you can dress nice at home, but like, why would you dress nice at home when you can be comfy? Right. So, but everyone, we have a lot coming to you soon. And
so much. And we can just ramble on.
We really could. We really could.
It's like you want to end it, but then you start talking about something else. But, you want to make it a little longer each time. Yeah. I think our first one was like, 16 minutes? 16, 18 minutes, somewhere around in there, even including the intro type thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot to build a business. Like, even with the podcast industry, me and Joey was talking about this earlier. It was like, you've got people that can bring in like the money on these things, and it's like you have people just starting out, and it's not going to happen overnight. Right. It's something that people's got to understand. It takes time to build up a business. Yes, our baking business is getting more attention right now than our podcast is.
Yeah, but we're also posting new things almost every day.
Right.
And with our podcast, we can only get this out to y'all so often.
Right.
So we are trying to make it as worth your time as it is ours every time. So we are trying our best, and we appreciate everybody who has supported us so far.
Yes. But we are, I'm working on getting us on Google and Spotify. It's just Google and Spotify it requires like, premium type thing we had to pay for. Apple and the other platforms that we are on is free. So, and just so people know, our profile picture on Apple is not correct.
Not related to this at all.
No, it's a tent.
We haven't figured out how to change it yet.
I sit there literally and worked on that for at least 2 hours the other day. Like, how do I fix it? Joey didn't even know how to fix it. No video would tell me how to fix it.
I wonder why.
So,
I wonder why it's
just so y'all know, it's a dent. And it's not right. But this one will be corrected, hopefully.
But I think that's it for today.
Yeah, we're gonna head to the store, get some bacon stuff, do dinner, and then bake. We're gonna hop off of here and start working all over again.
Yes.
We wish you guys a Merry Christmas.
Yes.
A Happy New Year.
And we will get back with y'all on the. Y'all will hear this the 15th, and we will be back a few weeks after that.
Yep.
So we hope y'all enjoyed it.
Yep, we're out here.
Go over and head on to our Buns and Bows Facebook page and
like, share, comment, share with everybody, y'all.
Everybody, literally everybody. Please do it.
All right, and we're out. And bye.
Bye.